Okay, so today, guys, we are looking at my results from 2023 so far. We'll be looking at graphs from every stake from 10-0 in the challenge up to 200-0, which is the highest stake that I've played, and we'll be bringing up the overall graph as well. And I'll be talking about how I've been feeling, my study and coaching this year, and also some very exciting updates and announcements. If you do enjoy the results videos, guys, then please do let me know by dropping a like on the video and subscribing if you are new. But for now, let's crack on with some results. Okay, guys, as normal, we are going to be kicking things off with the results in the challenge. Now, if you have been paying attention to the YouTube or the Twitch this year, you'll know that the challenge has been another bumpy ride, as per usual, specifically one session that went particularly badly. If you haven't seen that on the channel already, I would thoroughly recommend you check it out. But this is what it looks like so far for 10-0 this year. The narrative is well and truly intact, and that will be a theme for today. We've played 15,000 hands. We've lost $85, which is 8 buy-ins for a big blind win rate or loss rate of minus 5.52. Obviously not ideal, not the biggest sample in the world, and honestly, after this stuff happened down to here, we lost 22 buy-ins literally just off the rip in 5k hands, which you can imagine how that was for me. And obviously we had the worst session of all time, which is the video I was referring to before, but we also just straight up just got destroyed in every session we played. Can happen from time to time. Obviously it just happens in the challenge more often than it doesn't. We have managed somewhat of a rally in the past, 10k hands. That's like 16 or 17 straight buy-ins there, and then another little bump recently. So yeah, obviously not ideal, but like in terms of EV, obviously we did fine. It's not the best graph in the world, and I definitely don't play my best in the challenge because I'm so desperate to finish it. I think it makes me play terribly, but yeah, this is what we've managed this year. Going forward with the challenge, do I think I'm going to play much of it? And there's a few things that have changed recently on 88 Poker, which will mean I probably play a lot less of it. In terms of, obviously I've quit a couple of times. In terms of whether I'm going to try to complete it, the idea is that I will play it. I'm not sure exactly when I will play it, but it's not going to be the focus of the challenge anymore, of the channel anymore. It's not going to be at the forefront of my mind in terms of improvement and obviously making money in the game. It's not really the best place to play, but I did set myself a challenge and I do want to complete it one day. So that's where I stand with that. So you will see some challenge videos and some 10-0 challenge hands in the top 10s, but probably not loads. Now, last year we played a chunk of 25-0. That was like probably my main stake, just due to the game's not particularly running higher on 88. And this year I've put in some more 25-0. A lot of the reason was because I wasn't happy with what I was able to show last year. It was my most disappointing graph by far. A lot of three tabling, a lot of terrible play. So it was in my mind that I wanted to post something that was a lot more impressive this year, although I didn't want to play too much 25-0. I didn't want that to be like the last remnants of my 25-0 and be like, I'm just going to play 50. So we did play a chunk of 25-0 and it went really well. And I'm super pleased, to be able to say that the results are definitely a lot better. We had some smooth sailing, which always helps, and rested up at a peak of like 725. And yeah, we played 28,969 hands, winning $518, the EV of $772, a big blind win rate of 7. I think the EV win rate is like 10. So it's really, really pleasing. Obviously, it's not the biggest sample in the world again, and none of my samples are very big, guys. I don't play loads of poker. At the end of the day, streaming is what I do, and content creation is my main focus. So I want to play more poker, but I generally don't find the most time in the world to do that, specifically off stream. And I'm always like, I don't want to play poker with my spare time. So my samples are small, but I am pleased with this for what it's worth. It was going really well. And then, oh my God, in the last few weeks and sessions at 25, it's been, the state of this, like I was pretty close to EV. Within like $80. And now I'm like a full 25 below EV, like 15 binds below EV in the last like 5k hands, even less than that. It's been ridiculous, and you'll be seeing those hands at top 10 soon. But yeah, some utterly stupid hands, obviously. But I'm really pleased with being able to show a 25 graph that's not just complete pants, and it's actually pretty, I think, a reasonable graph. Not, like I said, the biggest sample, but I am relatively happy with it. And the reason we played a lot of 25-0 last year, and we played it for the first part of this year, is probably the bulk of my volume. I think I might have more hands at 50, but a lot of my volume is at 25, is because the games haven't been running higher. They will start to run higher, guys. And the reason for that is there will be a new, and it has already started as of me talking today, there's a new permanent rate back promotion on 88 Poker where you can get up to 50% rate back. And this is going to change everything. I'm excited to see how the pools will change. I've already been able to play some more 100L, which we'll see at the end today. Hasn't gone very well, but it's a weekly rake back system, and you get tiered rake back based on how much rake you pay. After you've paid $30 rake, between $30 and $500 rake, you will get 20% on that. Anything above $500 rake paid for the week, you will get 35% on that, and that's on the entire amount. And then anything $1,000 and above, you'll unlock 50% rake back for the entire amount. So if you rake $1,000, you'll get $500. So this is going to be huge for the pools. Obviously, I don't put a load of volume in, so I'm probably not going to be hitting those higher tiers, but it does mean that the bigger games will run more often, and I hope to be involved in them. So 25NL probably and hopefully takes a backseat, but remains to be seen how the ecosystem reacts to the rake back. So very excited to see that kicking in. And if you are interested in playing, then obviously there's my link to 8 State Poker below, and I hope to battle some of you on the tables in the near future. It has been something that I've worked personally quite hard on getting together. Obviously, I don't control what happens on the site, but it's something that when I first joined 8 State Poker, I was like, I really want to get something. We know that it hasn't been the best, and hopefully now we can see that this is very competitive, and I'm really proud of what the company's put together, and proud to have been some small part of it at least as well. So let me know what you think of it, and if you have any issues or any problems, then you can just join my Discord, and I'll be more than happy to help and pass it on. But yeah, that's that for 25NL, and we played a similar amount of 50NL, and we're getting into the stakes now where I'm like, okay, these are the stakes where I mostly want to be playing for the second part of the year, if possible. 50 would be like my main, I would say, stake, and I want to mix in some 100, but like I said, it hasn't gone great. I have been working with Jared Alderman. If you don't know Jared, he's my coach. He offered to coach me at the end of last year, and been really, really enjoying his coaching. I think he's brilliant. He's helped me a lot to have more clarity in my game. You can find the links to his stuff down below, obviously. And I haven't put anywhere near as much of my own time in. In fact, I barely put any of my own time in. I look at hands with the boys, like we'll review some hands in Discord with the guys. But in terms of Jared, he'll spend like, we'll have a session once every 2 weeks and just knuckling down on some really important stuff. And I really honestly can't say enough good things about him. He's really, really helped my game out. And I hope that you can see it in some of the results that I'm showing, although again, they are small samples. And here is the 50 sample. Another great one for the narrative, guys. It has been, I mean, look at this. It's just been so stupid. Like this, I played like 10k hands that I was already like 8 binds below EV. I can't seem to get the green one to go above the yellow one. But again, another, like in terms of results, 32,870 hands played, about $700 won with an EV of 880 and a big blind win rate of 4.24. Again, super pleased with that. Again, not a big sample, but yeah, I'm thoroughly content with this as well. It could have gone even better, to be honest, but obviously I've not run fantastically. But just the confidence in my play and feeling like I'm, starting to be, when I sit down, maybe feeling like I'm one of the better players as opposed to last year when I didn't really know what I was doing. And that's all credit to Jared. Yeah, in terms of how I study, I don't do anywhere near enough on my own. We are knuckling down, and we'll talk about this when we look at 100 graph in a second, but we are knuckling down and starting to put together a more strict regime for me to work harder on my game, moving into the second part of the year. For now, I am working with the guys in my Discord to review hands and stuff on the side, mostly in the evenings. That does help a lot. I'm also going to be entering into a new affiliation in the second half of this year, which I think is also going to help, and it's going to tie in with my coaching with Jared. If you didn't know, Jared was a stakeholder in Ruse, I want to say, and he's supporting that program from the start. Ruse is a solver. It was honestly fantastic. I was really excited to work with it. I still am in some form because, as you guys all know, I've been with Poker Scientists for a while now. Absolutely no problems with them whatsoever. I think that the guys that operate it are fantastic, and if you have bought it, then you've made a great purchase. But because of the Ruse situation, and they are now merging with GTO Wizard, and because of my work with Jared, it makes more sense for me now to move over to a new platform, which will be GTO Wizard from now on. So yeah, hopefully we'll be doing a lot more work with them. You'll see a lot more videos from me involving GTO Wizard and on my stream. If you do want to get 10% off your first purchase at GTO Wizard, then you can do so by using my link, which will be in the description below. So it's off your first purchase, 10% off. Obviously you get a bigger discount the more months that you pay for. So if you wanted to buy a year, that would obviously give you a bigger discount than if you just did a month, but you can do whatever you want with that. So yeah, link is down below for that, and I'm really excited to be working with GTO Wizard, so thanks for having me, guys. And yeah, that's it in terms of 50 and 100. I want to really be focusing on moving forward, and I'd like to show from now on a little bit more focus in terms of my study, and yeah, hopefully my affiliation with Wizard and my coaching with Jared will kick things on in the second half of the year. But overall, at 25 and 50, definitely much happier to show something that resembles a little bit more about my progress that I've made, hopefully. So yeah, now we're going to look at 100 and we talk a little bit more about what's been going on there. So here are the results at 100 NL, guys, and we've played barely any hands. The sample is minute. It's like 2,500 hands. It's gone really badly. It's like 3 sessions this, I want to say. And most recently yesterday, which is really annoying because I knew I was making a results video and then I did off all my buy-ins yesterday. So it's always annoying when that happens. But yeah, it's not gone well. I don't think I've run particularly great, but it's a small sample. I definitely noticed myself like overthinking spots and thinking people are after me more more than they are and things like this. And I got really tilted yesterday, and then Jared messaged me and was like, mate, you got to sort this out. We need to work more on your mental, because you can't be playing 100 NL and tilting it off. Like, it's fine at 10 NL, right? Because it's not impactful, but 100 NL is definitely a stake that's going to be impacting me financially if I start tilting it off. So definitely going to be working on that moving forward. But yeah, this is the 100 graph, unfortunately, which is eaten into, even though it's a small sample, it's managed to eat into my profits quite quite nicely for the year. Hands 2,500-ish, losing 4 buy-ins, and yeah, about the same for EV. Minus 15 big blinds doesn't really matter. So the sample's tiny and not really relevant. But what is relevant is how I've been feeling in game and how I've been reacting to my performance in game, which is not great. So yeah, definitely going to be working on that, as we've already mentioned. But it's going to be the reason why I'm doing this results video today. Last year I did a year's one, a full year's results. This time I'm doing 6 months, because I am going to be heading to Vegas next Tuesday with a few friends, and I'm going to be playing if you didn't know, if you haven't watched my Barcelona vlog, you can find that link below. But I announced in there that I will be playing the World Series of Poker main event again. Thank you so much to 8 Poker for the amazing opportunity. I am so much looking forward to it. I am going to be going for 3 weeks, and I am going to be playing some tournaments. Now, I did talk about the fact that I'm going to be playing more tournaments. Well, I'm learning how to play tournaments, because I'm going to be playing the main, and not just the main. I'm also going to be playing the Colossus, and depending on how I do in the main, I'm going to be playing the 777 and maybe the Ultra Stack as well. So there will be videos on the channel, definitely about the main event. Can't record at the table, but I'll definitely be able to record obviously around the venue and give you guys a feel about how things are going, and obviously talk about some hands and put some post graphics on. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Yeah, I'll be playing those tournaments. I'm going to be meeting Jared out there. I'm going to be bringing James with me and a few other guys. So I'm really, really excited to play some tournaments. And obviously being away for a month, it's going to be quite a natural breaking point. So I wanted to just let you know how things are going now, what my plans are moving forward, and yeah, really excited to be playing that. And yeah, thank you for everybody for all the support on all my videos and my content over the years, because obviously if you didn't watch my videos and you didn't watch my stream, then there's no way I'd be going to the main. So I'm very, very thankful. I probably will sell some of it. So I'll probably mark up, guys, because I've got some pedigree in this event now. I'll probably mark up a tiny bit and sell in some chunks. Probably sell a similar amount to last time. Last time I sold 31%, leaving me with 69% giggity. So probably do something similar this year. That seemed to work really nicely. And hopefully we'll cash again and maybe a deep run on the Colossus. That'd be nice. Anyway, one more graph to look at, which is 200. And at 200, I've only played 1 session. And if you guys would have seen top 10 recently, you'll know I lost aces against 10-9 suited all in pre. So again, the narrative is well and truly held together, winning $80, but EV at 300, nothing to glean from this whatsoever. 500 hands, nothing. Okay, guys, I've been back and forth on this, but ultimately I think it's something that I just have to include in this video. Yesterday, after I finished recording the results video, I had a stream. Obviously, I was aware I was going to play some more sessions before I went to Vegas, but it's not going to be many hands, and I was assuming that it wouldn't impact the graph too much. What happened in the end was that I played a session that has pretty much completely changed the year's results. So I think I have to just include it. I think you might be interested to see it as well. It's totally and completely obliterated the narrative. So for any narrative enjoyers, please do look away now. And for my sake, for my own narrative, I'm just hoping that everyone's already clicked off the video and that you won't get to this part so that you don't see what happened last night. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back into PT4 and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so like I said, guys, I played this session yesterday, and it could only have been a session like this that made me revisit this video. I have never sunrunned a session like this in my entire life. I always complain that I never pure run a session. There was probably one hand that took it away from being a pure run. Very interesting 500 big blind effective pot with aces, 5-bet pot, but it didn't amount to anything. This is as close to a pure run as I've ever had. It's an absolute monstrosity. I'm loath to share it with you, but considering it's changed everything so much, I think I do have to show you. So yesterday we played an 100L session on stream. I had Jared there, I had James there. I played about 1,000 hands, and this is the this is the result of said session. Oh God. So, guys, we played 1,124 hands and won $754, and the all-in adjusted was $265. A very achievable and sustainable big blind win rate of 67 big blinds. It was bonkers, guys. It will be on hands of the week probably in the next couple of months. I just won every all-in. I just flopped top set in 4-bet pots. It was a joke, and the less said about this, the better. Nobody remember that this happened because, you know, as I'm about to show you in the year graphs, it's changed. In terms of money, it's changed everything for the EV because I've pretty much clawed the entire lot back and we're close to even. In terms of big blinds, we'll show that one as well because that's the narrative is well and truly intact in that one. So if we just go to all stakes and then we go to this year, we'll start in currency. You can see that we we went from winning about $700 to doubling it. I don't know what the final thing, I think it was 800 something, to pretty much doubling it to 1650 in one night. The entirety of the EV in dollars has been clawed back. It's a disgraceful graph. If we get rid of this as well, it looks even more ridiculous. How stupid that is. But yeah, like I said, in big blinds, it looks a lot better for me. This is the one that I want you to remember. This is the graph I want to leave you with, guys. Because it has still been a painful year in terms of big blinds, but obviously very enjoyable session. And yeah, I just thought I would show you guys that one because it was pretty hilarious. So that's going to do it for this 2023 results video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. After Vegas, the plan, as I've said, will be to play as much 50NL and above as I can and keep on improving. Or alternatively, we just win the main event and do a 10k NL challenge instead. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.